I've always been drawn to the forgotten things. Old tapes, VHS, Betamax, even those massive reel-to-reel spools. It started as a hobby, a way to rescue media from the dustbin of history. But it grew into an obsession. I loved the thrill of finding something no one else had seen in decades. That static-filled, grainy picture, the hum of old electronics. It felt like touching a ghost, like holding a lost moment in my hands. One night, or more accurately, early one morning, I was scrolling through a niche collector's forum. Out of nowhere, a message popped up. There was no username, just a timestamp, 3:33 a.m. The message was short, cryptic. Do not watch it. Just archive it. Attached was a magnet link, simply labeled episode_47.avi. I should have listened. I should have deleted it. But the collector in me, that part that craves the unknown, took over. I clicked download. The file took forever to load, crawling across my screen for hours. When it finally opened, it looked like some cheap, forgotten children's TV show from the 70s. The type bright, garish colors, felt puppets, and a canned laugh track. But something was wrong, deeply wrong. The audio was just slightly off pitch, making the voices sound human but stretched, strained. The puppets' movements were jerky, unnatural, like they were being forced to dance by an unseen hand. And underneath the cheerful, looping music, I could hear another sound, a faint, wet, rhythmic breathing. Then the title card appeared, in bubbly, friendly letters. Happy TOWN, Episode 47. I'd never heard of it. I'm telling you, I live on these forums. I know the obscure stuff, the lost pilots, the banned episodes. This was different. I searched everywhere: online archives, broadcast logs, collector databases. Nothing. Not a single mention. It was like it never existed. Against my better judgment, I hit play. The episode opened on a shot of a park. But it wasn't happy. The swing sets were empty, swaying slightly in a non-existent wind under a bleak gray sky. A puppet in a faded red sweater turned and waved at the camera. Its button eyes were chipped, and its painted smile was just a little too wide, a little too permanent. In that strained, off-key voice, it said, "Welcome back, friend. We missed you." Then its head turned, and it kept turning, a full 180 degrees until it was facing completely backward. Its voice, now a chilling whisper, said, "Don't leave this time." That's when the static started, washing over the screen like an angry tide. The colors bled out, fading to a murky gray. The scene changed. It wasn't the puppet set anymore. It was a real living room. The camera panned slowly across, faded peeling wallpaper, a dusty rotary phone, a couch wrapped in that crackly plastic that was popular decades ago. And on that couch sat a person. Their face was blurred out, but I could tell they were alive. They were rocking back and forth, whispering frantically. I cranked up my volume, straining to hear. The words were faint, but clear. It's still airing. It never stopped airing. Suddenly, the video cut back. The puppets were there again, standing in a semicircle behind the couch. Their heads all tilted at the exact same unnatural angle. And the one in the red sweater, the one who spoke to me, was holding something. A remote control. He pressed a button. The person on the couch let out a blood-curdling scream, a sound of pure agony that was abruptly cut off. The screen flickered violently. For a split second, I saw faces, dozens of them. Real human faces, trapped in the static, their mouths open in silent screams, their eyes hollowed out. The video glitched again, and my blood ran cold. It was showing my room, my desk, my monitor. The camera was looking right at me. I panicked, my heart hammering against my ribs. I physically checked my webcam. It was unplugged. The little plastic cover was slid over the lens. But the feed continued, showing me, but from a different angle now. It was closer. Then I saw it. In the reflection on my dark monitor, I saw movement. Something was behind me. I spun around in my chair, but there was nothing there, just an empty room. But then the small TV in the corner of my room flickered on by itself. The screen glowed, and that same puppet appeared. The red sweater, the cracked button eyes. It looked directly at me. It wasn't a recording anymore. It was live. And it said, "You watched it. Now it's your turn to air." And then the lights went out. I don't know how long I was out. When I woke up, the sun was rising. The video file was gone. My desktop was clean, not even a trace in the recycling bin. But the little indicator light on my webcam was glowing, a steady, solid red. I scrambled back to the forum where it all started, but it was gone. The entire domain deleted. Vanished overnight. Then the news started trickling in through private channels and encrypted messages. Collectors, archivists, people I knew from the community. They were dying. The deaths were never reported publicly as anything other than accidents or sudden illnesses. But if you dig deep enough in the corners of online police archives and leaked coroner's reports, you find the same bizarre, chilling note in multiple case files. Unnatural cranial collapse. It's missing. It's been weeks since I watched it. I live in a constant state of dread. Sometimes, when I close my eyes, I can still hear the static and that awful children's laughter just beneath it. And sometimes, I wake up in the middle of the night, and my TV is already on, tuned to a channel that doesn't exist. It's always 3:47 a.m. And every single time, the puppet waves at me just once, before the screen fades to black. I've tried everything. I destroyed my old computers, smashed my hard drives, even burned my entire tape collection. But it doesn't matter. No matter what I do, I always find a file called episode_47.av waiting for me on whatever new device I turn on. It doesn't want to be forgotten. It doesn't want to be archived. It wants to be shared. It wants an audience. So if this video ever reaches you, and it starts to buffer, or the audio gets weird, or you see a flicker of static, for God's sake, stop watching, close the window, delete the file. 'Cause the moment you see his face, the moment you see those button eyes, you'll start hearing the static too. And once you do, you'll know you watched. Thank you for listening to my story. Stay safe out there, and be careful what you click on. If you want to hear more, consider subscribing. You never know what I might find next.